friends, we do have some breaking news just into our newsroom. We want to get this into you. We do know that President Biden has officially pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. I do want to show you this tweet that we have from the Associated Press talking about the fact that President Joe Biden has pardoned his son, sparing the younger Biden with a possible prison sentence for federal felony gun and tax convictions, and the reversing of his past promises at this time to not use the extraordinary powers of the presidency for the benefit of his family members. So we do know that this is happening. The Democratic president had previously said he wouldn't pardon his son or commute his sentence after his convictions in the two cases in Delaware and California. Pulling up some video for you as well. I want to show you this tweet as well that does have a piece of the statement there. But he also goes on to say those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. The charges in his case came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then a careful negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases. I do want to continue on here with the remainder of come to this decision. Again, that was the full statement coming from the White House. President Joe Biden now agreeing that he will be pardoning his son, Hunter Biden.
In response to Biden's decision, Trump wrote, "Does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the January 6th hostages?" Addressing a promise he campaigned off of. Trump has also promised to go after those he considers political enemies and has announced plans to fire FBI Director Christopher Wray, replacing him with longtime ally Kash Patel, who has vowed to help the president-elect with his plan for retribution.
Tell us about Hunter Biden, because the latest pictures that have emerged through the media, they're from some years ago, of course, but he's driving around the streets not far from you, driving around Arlington, smoking a crack pipe.
I know, look, it's quite extraordinary. He's apparently driving his Porsche to Las Vegas at 172 miles an hour, apparently, based on the photo, and allegedly heading to meet with some girls, shall we say, in Las Vegas. Look, it's just further embarrassment for the Biden family, if that's even possible. I mean, the stories that have emerged from Hunter Biden's laptop really are just so extraordinary. And of course, it was supposed to be Russian disinformation, which was always nonsense. It was always genuine. The FBI had it from 2019, and they knew it was real, and yet people were still saying it was Russian disinformation. So it's extraordinary. But the bigger question, of course, is the allegations of selling influence and the tax crimes, and these allegations are getting closer and closer to the president himself. And I think that is the real worry for the White House, is that at some point some piece of evidence is going to emerge that basically says the president has been lying by saying that he had no knowledge of these business dealings. I mean, the president said that many times, but now we've got these text messages from Hunter to various Chinese businessmen saying that I'm sitting here with my father, etc., which does suggest that the president, whether he was sitting there or not, may have had some knowledge of the business dealings.